Hello and welcome to our October NHDI Teacher Office Hours. My name is Lexi Gribble, State Coordinator of National History Day in Indiana, and today we're going to go over the NHD 2026 theme. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes to talk through what the theme is and give you some resources and some information about how to talk about the theme with your students. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we're going to go over the theme together. So the theme for 2026 is Revolution, Reaction, Reform in History. Now, NHD chooses a new theme every year to base their contest around, so all projects need to, in some way, connect to this theme. And you might be thinking, how am I going to get students to understand how to connect that project to this theme? So we're going to go ahead and talk about the theme and how you can inform your students about it. So what does the theme mean if we're going to break it down, right? Revolution, reaction, reform, kind of three different things, but when you look at them together, you can kind of see that they're intertwined or interconnected. So revolution is that forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system or a dramatic or wide-reaching change. So you could think of this as revolutions we might have learned about in class, such as American Revolution, French Revolution, Industrial Revolution, but also this could be a revolutionary person or something that invention or business that was revolutionary in its day. Reaction would be an action performed or feeling experienced in response to a situation or event. So how people reacted to something in the past or how they experienced it. Reform is an effort to change something for the better. So by altering it, substituting it, or getting rid of it. So reform movements, but also reforming a particular business, something of that nature. So when you kind of look at them, they are interconnected. So that's why when thinking about how to approach this with teachers and students, thought of it like thinking like dominoes or like Jenga, right? Dominoes, one domino falls, the rest fall. Or a Jenga game, you pull one block out of the tower, it could cause the rest of the tower to fall. One might lead to another, or one might impact the other. So revolutions could lead to reform, or reactions could lead to revolutions. So when students are picking their topics, they have to think about how the theme can connect to that project. It may or may not be all three parts, but they can't leave out one if it connects. So what I tell students or what I would, what I would encourage you to think about when you're talking to your students about this is they don't have to address all three parts, but they got to find the connection, right? Do they want to talk about revolution? Do they want to talk about reaction? Do they want to talk about reform? And they can't leave something out if the connection is there, right? So unlike last year, if you did NHD last year, it was rights and responsibilities. You had to talk about both. This is not the same, but they can't leave something out. So if there's a clear connection to reform and they're talking about revolution, they need to talk about both. It's important that they understand the connection. So I would recommend talking to your students, seeing what their topics are, and as they work and research, talking to them about where's the connection to the theme? What part are we focusing on? How does that work? And you can kind of keep track of that as they go. So when we're talking about resources, there are a variety of things that you have available to you to work with the theme and to help your students better understand the theme. So for this year's theme, and every year there is a video that's on YouTube. It goes over the theme, introduces the theme, talks about what I talked about on the previous slide, as well as some topic examples, so students can get an understanding of how to connect to that theme. Along with that, there's also a topic brainstorming worksheet on the NHD website that goes with the video, but then helps students start brainstorming about topics connected to the theme. So that's a really helpful resource. You can use the video and the brainstorming sheet together to give students an opportunity to think about the theme. They also release a theme book every year. It includes a description of the theme, which is helpful, and then has some articles and topic examples that can be helpful as well. It's actually, this year we have a topic example or a topic that's addressed in the theme book that is Indiana based. So that's really cool. So you can check that out on the NHD website as well. In addition to what NHD provides, We, NHDI, also provide our master guide and topic guide. Master guide has a variety of worksheets or activities to help students think about connecting topic, theme, all of that together. In addition, our topic guide, while it's not immediately connected to the theme, there are over 100 topics in there that students could connect to the theme if they think about it and they decide how they want to connect that particular topic to that theme. So some will work, some won't, but it's important. I think it's helpful for students to see a variety of topics and see how they may or may not connect the theme. And that's what I've been doing as well when thinking about how to tell people about the theme and inform people and help them better understand it, is that there's a lot of different ways you can approach the theme, even within the same topic. So for example, you could pull an Indiana topic like Madam C.J. Walker. And you think about what revolutions, reaction, reforms could you address with this topic? Um, and there's a lot of different ways you could approach this. You could talk about her business and how it was revolutionary for the time period. Or you could look at her hair care products and how they brought about change or reform, or they were revolutionary within the beauty industry. You could think about the different ways to connect even within one topic. And sometimes it also it's fun for students to think about, maybe they don't automatically think of Madam C.J. Walker or the next one I'm going to show you as immediately, oh, this connects to revolution, reaction, reform. But you can have that conversation with them. My next topic example, interurban trains. They might not think immediately trains when they think revolution, reaction, reform, and they might not think of a person like Madam C.J. Walker, or another famous Indiana, like a famous Hoosier. They might think of a person as revolutionary or reaction or reform. But these are fun topics that it might give a student the opportunity to explore something that they're interested in. So with trains, you could ask them, have them think about how trains or the interurban train system revolutionized travel, or how it was an electric passenger train, so how that was revolutionary for the time period. Give students the opportunity to explore a variety of topics, and there will be a theme connection that they could find. It just might take a little bit more time to dig through that topic. So that's all I have for today. If you have questions about the theme, or if you want to know more about how to connect the theme to topics, please feel free to reach out. More than happy to help and talk through this year's theme. Thank you so much.